This is really what makes my heart smile. I'm going to introduce you to Tyler in just a second, and this is really peeling back. How does someone go from ground zero, starting from scratch, to building an online fitness business that's earning over $100,000 a year? And then how does this turn into the actual process to earning $600,000 a year? You're going to see the actual process that we go through and how to build together a business model that is earning over $600,000 a year. But what I really want to do, why I wanted to share this with you, is because this is a coaching call. Tyler and I have just gone through the first 90-day sprint, and what we want to do now is we're sitting down and going through what does the next 12 months need to look like, and then actually boiling it down, reverse engineering it to the steps for the next 90 days, because this is how I want you to operate. I want you to think about, because I want you to get clear, what is it that you want to succeed at? What is it that you want to achieve? And then simply just breaking it down and knowing what it is. So you have the right plan. Do you have the right tools? And do you have the right guidance? Once you get these three things, things are so much simpler. So I want you to be able to go through this, take action on the things that you're going to be able to learn from. Also importantly, I want you to join us in the Fitness Business Success Circle. I'll pop a link below. And if this really resonates with you and you want to jump on a one-on-one call with me, because that's probably the best way that we can actually get together, we can figure out, all right, you're at a certain point and you want to go to a certain level. What is it that you need to be able to do? And we're going to map out those exact steps for you. So I'll pop a link below for you to be able to apply and be able to book for our one-on-one call as well.
In or out, like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like they're like, I'm in. I'm like, great. And there was one, I literally within 5 minutes, I already knew it wasn't a good fit.
Yeah. Perfect.
And she actually she said, I don't think I'm going to be able to stick. I don't know I'm going to be able to do this diet in this. I'm like, it's great. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. And she said, what if you just did a diet plan for me? And I said, well, right now we need to fill out these spots, and then I'll let you know later on about a lower. So 3 out of 5, I'm pretty excited about that. And they all the full 1,000 a month. So, so that's 10. That's 10. That's 10 full, and then I have like 4, like the meal plan, supplement guide, no workout, no one-on-one call thing. So I can't even. And the thing is, like, I don't have any question whether it's going to be a good, like, they're going to be successful at it. Yeah. I know if they stick to the plan, they do it, they're going to have great results.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think that's like what I love about this, and especially why it was just a bit of a no-brainer. We just got to get people on the call to get this stuff rolling, is because, one, it was beautiful that you said you knew that they were a good fit or not. Do you know what I mean? Because like the lady that says, I don't know if I can do this meal plan, like, that's like, fuck, no. Like,
when she started talking about Weight Watchers and counting her points, I was like, this is, I mean, I still kept the conversation rolling and very jovial, but I knew, I was like, okay, this is going to be, But anyway, that's, I guess, the way we wean them out and move on.
Perfect. So pretty much what I want to do from this call, 2 things. One, I kind of want to go through, let's kind of like peel back. I want to like case study build what's going on right now. The basis and like the back end of this is it gives me, all right, we've gone through this, we know what this is, and then we effectively just need to map out what are we moving forward as in like next 12 months. So let's think, I'd rather think from like, all right, today's date in 12 months time, what's the goal? And then more break that down. So at least I can sit down and go, all right, the next 90 days, what does that have to look like? Because remember when I said when you first started, the goals that you have when you start now will be completely different when we actually have this conversation again.
And it is, I don't know if I sent you an email or something. I literally went through all of our emails. I printed out after each meeting, I print out all of what we go through, and I check it off. And I can't believe how many meetings where we did, and I'm like checking it off. And I'm like, oh my God, I've literally started from ground floor, and like, I'm already, I mean,
man, you're in the basement.
I'm like, whoa, I like have a business that is like thriving, and like people are happy, and like people are hitting me up I don't even know, and I'm like, they're seeing this, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
All right, well, this is so phenomenal.
So I think I like that plan. I think that's good.
Okay. Let's break this down then. So yeah, let's do this actually. So I tell you what, when before we even started, what was the biggest problem you were
In life or in general, or with this whole?
We don't have to get too deep, but as in like with getting started, getting the business rolling, like what was the problems you were facing on the get-go?
I didn't know where to start. I knew that, okay, I have this vast background, medical knowledge, fitness knowledge, athletic background, and I know how to help people. I just don't know the right steps to put it together into a program, getting my name out, beginning to become the authority in stuff, and getting people to know, okay, there's this guy who has been doing one thing and now he's going to another thing, but he's really great at the one thing he's going for, and he's kind of good at the medical field. So, and from the beginning, I thought that was something I had the edge over just your regular nutritionist or fitness or personal trainer or whatnot. So
I think
just knowing the steps.
I think it was an important part of we got to a good idea of what separates you from everyone else. Do you know what I mean? And we've always stuck with that. It was always like, we know what this is. Like, we know who you're dealing with, and we know what the uniqueness is. And like, okay, that's really good. Now, obviously being like stuck with where you were before, so we can kind of like peel this back and know the steps forward. What, like being in that problem, like you said, like not knowing even where to start, like how was that impacting you?
It was very frustrating. It was knowing you have an idea, knowing you have a product, not knowing how to break it down into, kind of getting your avatar and your specific niche. And then, you gave me the steps, and I literally, it was like step, check, get down to the down and get emotional. I was freaking in tears one time thinking, oh my God, this is what it's all about. And then sticking to that plan, and yeah.
What do you think has been like, from like this would be interesting, from your point of view, the kind of actions that we went through? Because I guess like what we wanted to do was, all right, essentially knowing, say, 12-month goal, okay, what's the 90 days that we need to do? And then it was kind of like, all right, because we had big goals, and I was like, let's actually do more. Let's kind of think a little bit bigger and what we can achieve in a little bit broader term, which is great because we smoked it. But it was obviously just breaking it down into a couple of key things. And like, one, what's the process in how you're actually going to attract people? Two, what's the process in how you're going to sign on people, which is now humming. Do you know what I mean? Like it's becoming like, are you enjoying these calls when you get on with them?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And then obviously knowing the program that you're actually delivering them at the end of the day, and they're super happy, and obviously going from like working face to face, like with your hands, you know what I mean? Like doing incredible shit. Now you're able to obviously start doing this on a bigger impact. So like, what were the actions that you think have been like really impactful for you to be here now?
What are the actions? I think just like having someone guide me, i.e. you, sticking to the plan. Like you talk about the monkey mind all the time. And I am the textbook example of the monkey mind. And it takes me a lot and just look at the list. Okay, I really need to focus on this. I need to focus on this article, this pillar post, nail this down before I move on to the next thing. And just kind of know that it's not going to be done like in 1 week or 2 weeks, that it's kind of like, again, you talk about also the snowball effect, and that it kind of just suddenly builds up, and then you have this product and you're like, okay, now how do I get it out? How do I become the authority? How do I become known and known for what I'm good at? And then, there's so many different angles. We started from coming up with the products, ebook, Facebook group, posting the articles. And I was like, no one's going to watch these articles, and everyone watches the videos. And they're like, texting me, people I don't know, well, what about this? Can you eat this? And what about this? And I'm like, this is overwhelming. So, but all good too, because it's like, this doesn't feel like work to me. This is like, this feels good.
One of the biggest things, like, I think I really want like others to nail, and I think you're just like the perfect shining light for, is not having enough time. Do you know what I mean? Like, as in being busy. Like, you're a dad. Like, your work hours are like messed up. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're saying like, hey, I've got 3 overnights coming up, I'm like, there's no work getting done in between. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
there is.
Well, you're crazy because there is, because you fit it in. Like, so
right.
How do you break people's excuses down when they say they don't have enough time?
Oh my gosh. I kind of, they think they don't have enough time. Like, I thought to myself, I don't have enough time to start a business.
Yeah.
But when you get to that point where, especially with the clients, they're sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was that. Yeah. I was so done and so burnt out with the medical field, and like so sick and tired. I was like, I need to plan better. I need to be better. And I need to set time apart for things for this. I mean, I wake up an hour earlier and go to sleep an hour later. And then, my 2 or 3 days off. I mean, it didn't feel like work. Like, I would stay up late and work on my articles and work on stuff, and it was all good.
Good. I think there's been a lot of learning lessons. So, like, from where we're at now, going from ground zero to now, I can't believe how it's come together so well, is obviously having like, all right, 10 clients, $1,000 a month, and now getting like that lower tier program, which I think was really good for you, because like $1,000 a month is something that's obviously out of a lot of people's budgets. And we knew that because we selectively wanted to do that. Do you know what I mean? As in, you were like, let's be high end. Like, let's actually not dig around. Low end products, let's not even go there. And even like the membership that we're doing now, like that's, actually, I was looking at a couple of other people's, and we're probably talking about 10 times more what the average is. Do you know what I mean?
And even other people, I won't mention any names, who I know are charging much less per month. That's what I'm charging for my the middle tier, not the hand holding, just giving them a meal plan, supplement guide, workout. That's nothing else.
Yeah.
And I tell them, or just a meal plan for $250.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm fine with them saying no. I haven't had many people say no, but I say, this is the BMW Tesla of wellness, health, fitness.
Yeah.
You get it. It's the all-inclusive.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. And I think that easy message makes people resonate with it really well. Do you know what I mean? They're like, they get it. It's like, because otherwise so many trainers and coaches are competing on like the same level. It's like, stop competing in that small stuff, like step up and obviously just be in the level with where you want to be at. And now you can actually do what you want to do with your clients, rather than being like, well, I don't really have enough time. Like, I can't kind of like build this for them, because it obviously just completely takes away all profit from my business. But no problems.
Yeah, I don't know how the membership stuff is going to work out yet, but I think, there may not be people who can do the one-on-one coaching. That's fine. But you know what? I'll try eventually.
Yeah.
They'll have something for them too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's break this on down now. So let's think from where we are now to 12 months away from where we currently stand today, being the 4th. So
March of 2018.
Correct. Correct. So let's say, because remember when we first started, I was like, okay, the goals you've got right now, the next time I ask this question, they're going to be completely different. So let's just do it. So I'm asking the question for the second time. What's the 12-month goal from here?
12-month goal. Oh, I don't, to be fair, I don't know what my initial answer to that question was, but I think my 12-month goal literally is to be not doing any more overnight shifts, out of the medical field completely, with this being my profession. I'm, this is what brings me fulfillment, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and done with medicine. That's next March when you and I are talking. I don't want to be doing any more overnight shifts.
Awesome. Okay. Love this. Income goal. What does it want to be?
By next March?
Yeah.
$500,000 a year.
Killer. And how do we want to set up your days? Like lifestyle design. Talk to me about how we want to set that up.
That is the one thing that keeps me going. There are days where I feel like, man, I'm so tired. And then I think, what would it be like to wake up, go to sleep at 9 or 10, wake up at 5 or 6, do the things that I do on my days off, try to do a little meditation, try to go on a walk, write in my journal, ease into the day, start meeting with clients, start doing articles, videos, and then be done with work around, 12 or 1 and go work out and be a dad.
Yeah. It's awesome.
And, eventually once hopefully everything grows, I'll have more international customers and such, but, I'm okay with, doing a late consult or waking up early for a consult or whatever, but, get a little more traction, and I'm done doing the overnights. I want to go to bed early, wake up early, and enjoy my day.
Like the hours you want to do. Like if we looked at the day, like so say like after you woke up, walked, meditated, journaled, that sort of stuff, what would be like the block of time we want to set for like getting the stuff done?
I would say 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Awesome.
No later than 2.
Awesome.
With the, the knowing that, okay, you may put a little chunk here and you may put a little, but yeah, if I could block and really just get stuff done 8 and 1 or 2, that would be so ideal. And that's what I'm shooting for.
Okay, brilliant. So let's break this on down into actually how we're going to make this happen then, and let's kind of start doing the execution. So let's think what's got to happen in 12 months time, and like how's the business got to set up, and then let's start kind of like reverse engineering that, and let's end up with what your 90-day program's got to look like. So in 12 months from here, for a $500,000 business, we want the high-end program, correct?
Yes.
Then we've got like the mid-level, and then the supplements, the products.
That I really want to start within the next 6 months.
Okay. Awesome.
3 months, great. I do, but 6 months, definitely.
Okay, cool. I think especially when like launching like a supplement, physical product, if we give ourselves 3 to 6 months time from here to just grow the following, like just get people on board with what you're doing, then launching the product already has that customer base. Do you know what I mean? Let's say,
and the man drink, it already has people ask, every day.
There's already demand for it.
Yeah, and instead of people, asking me, what are the ingredients? How can I get the recipe? I'm just like, boom, link. There's the link.
Yeah.
You can have it in a bucket.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. So high-end program. How many clients do you think will top out wanting to coach?
I've thought about this. I know initially we thought 30 every 4 months because it's a 4-month program. I don't know. I'm thinking, 20 25, I think is going to be, I think that's going to be where I'm going to be. That's going to probably be the ceiling.
Cool. Okay, let's say 25.
Maybe once I get it down a little bit more,
Yeah.
but 30, but I would rather not sacrifice making a little bit extra money and be able to focus on just delivering. And when their 4 months is over, they're like, my God, I would have paid $20,000 for that.
Do you think we, like, so let's say first lot of people finish the 4-month program, right? What do we want to do with them there? Do we put them into the mid-level or do they keep going?
Okay, so that's good. In my contract, I say if you'd like to continue after your 4 months is over, you can continue for this amount. Would you like me to tell you the amount?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think my initial number was $595 or $490. It was going to be either $495 or $595. So they've got traction. They know what they're doing. They want the accountability. They want the calls. They want the Skype, or I'm sorry, the WhatsApp, and they love sending me the meals, and they get excited about that. And they, you know, they like the encouragement and the motivation, and they really like that. I don't know.
What about, so I just had the other thought from what we spoke about before. So we've got the high-end program at $1,000 a month, and then after their initial plan, they can go on to like $595 a month.
Yeah.
Would you just keep them on $1,000 a month if they wanted to stay at that level of access with you?
I just don't know. You know, they've essentially received, you know, their entire workouts. And so basically what we would be doing is kind of repeating, but tweaking a little bit.
Okay.
In the new nutrition plan, I mean, why change up something that works great?
Yeah.
By 4 months, I want them to be able to go, okay, this is long term. This is sustainable, longevity. I know what to eat. I know the nutrition to make myself feel great, reach my you know, physical goals, mental, I mean, everything. I mean, so I don't know that 1,000, I don't know if I could validate that, but something to think about.
Okay, I'm just making note. That's cool. Mid-level, $595. Then we've got supplement. What about like above the higher end coaching program, like retreats or something like that?
Yeah, I actually was talking. Yeah, I think maybe 2 initially, starting off with twice a year, and then working it up to every 4 months or so.
Yeah. And what are we thinking for costs and what's involved?
I don't know if I should just do like a weekend, like 3 or 4 day retreat, or do like a complete week.
Yeah.
Obviously this is going to be highly selective, and you know, it's going to be even that segment of the upper tier that are going to be able to want to do something like this.
Yeah.
I was thinking 2,500, 3,000
for 3 days,
for 3 or 4 days.
So say 3 days.
It's a 4 day week at 3 days, you know, or we could, if we could make it a week, maybe 3,000, maybe if it's a 3 or 4 day, 2,500.
No, it's
but
I mean, if you're over delivering, like if you're delivering what you've got, 3 days of a small group intensive, that's like at least $3,990.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I need to know what this looks like in my head. I have a vision, and I know, you know, obviously this is stuff I definitely want to work on with you, but you know, I know you have your thing coming up, and I'm like, yeah, I have this vision. I see it. I see the chef there cooking. I see them working with how to prepare their meals. I see the masseuse I see the yoga, I see the gym, I see all this happening. I just don't know how exactly to make that happen, to get it all organized and so forth. So, but there's a vision for sure.
All right, so I'm just doing some numbers. So let's just, okay. So let's say times 12 people times 2 is 100. Okay. So I just broke it down. Sorry, 2 seconds. 250. Okay, perfect. So how's this sound? High-end coaching program, we only need 25 clients. Our mid-level membership, we only need 42 clients. That's not a lot at all.
That can be, you're talking about, I can have that on like the website too?
Yeah. Like how we would talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so that alone, those 2 tiers is $500,000. Then if we add retreat, so I just did 12 people at $3,990 is 48,000. So if we do that twice a year, that's pretty much another 100K on top. So it's actually a 600K, that business model.
I like it.
So what I want to do after this call is then kind of like break this down into fill up the high end, 25, then fill up the mid-level, 42, which will happen at the same time because like you'll get on calls and some people are like, I can't afford it, or maybe they're just not the right fit for it. You'll be like, hey, it's all good. Come into this program and work it this way. And then obviously I think what we should do is probably say in maybe even just like 3 months time, we'll really look at doing the retreats and getting them up and running. So like even at the moment, if you want to start looking at potential locations and just having an idea of that, and then we can work out the costings for it as well.
Yeah, I was thinking, San Diego, since it's pretty close proximity to me, Southern California, and it's a great kind of destination vacation. They have spas and, retreat places there. I think that may be cool.
I might apply. I think I'm going to be coming. I think I'm going to.
The other options are obviously something like tropical, wherever. But yeah, I think ultimately, yes. I think initially, probably somewhere more Southern California area.
Cool. Okay.
You can do surfing, outdoor, have a freaking luau. I mean, awesome.
All right. How do you feel with that?
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now it's just keeping the momentum.
Okay, so what I was thinking is, how tomorrow we'll start the lead generation campaign, like the 21 days of the lead generation. So what we can do is let's go, all right, okay, so I'll break this even on down. I'll break down today kind of like 12 months, 6 months, 3 months. And then what we can do is go, what does the 3 months need to look like? And we'll just break that down into like real nitty gritty detail. We'll then go let's go 21 days, just focus on lead generation, like just getting the lead, because we already know that you're converting people at such a high level. Do you know what I mean? So it's more just filling that bucket because we know they're going to fill on. Then we can look at, say, putting another sales funnel in place for you. So something that's even more automated. So I think like a video series, a webinar, something like that's really going to suit from what we've already got set up as well. If we need to tweak the current ebook, we can do that, but that'll be super quick and easy. And then after that, we'll look at actually extending customer lifetime value. So as in all the people that are signing up now, how can we have them move on to the next step so that they're obviously not lost, but we're still keeping them in the mix. So like a client that was worth $4,000 can now be worth like $10,000. Do you know what I mean? So now when you get on a sales call, it's like, okay, I know the, say, 80% expectancy is if this turns into a sale, it's $4,000. Sorry, but then 80% if they move on to the next step, they're worth $10,000 at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So then you know, like, bigger picture how it builds. How does that sound?
Sounds good. I'm interested to see how we're gonna make it a more of a VIP.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's obviously definitely more stuff I can do, but yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good. I mean, there's got to be a way, especially if these people are getting the results they want. It's interesting. I'm curious to see how they do. Like, if I check in 2 months, 6 months later, like, are they sticking to it, or are they actually? It's not as it's more difficult when there's not someone there like you pushing me and guiding me, and I'm interested to see.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Done. Fuck, I'm pumped. All right, I've got so many ideas.
And if this really resonates with you and you want to jump on a one-on-one call with me, because that's probably the best way that we can actually get together, we can figure out, all right, you're at a certain point and you want to go to a certain level. What is it that you need to be able to do? And we're going to map out those exact steps for you. So I'll pop a link below for you to be able to apply and be able to book for our one-on-one call as well. Now, and I'm just really looking forward to be able to soak this episode in, comment below with all the questions you've got, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be able to take action on from this.